So, figured I'd do another video, and I happen to be wearing the same shirt as one of my other videos. It happens. It's a comfortable shirt. But anyway, so this video from GBRLIFE.com, it's really just GBRLife, but feel free to check out the website. And I don't know if I ever told everybody, my name is Caitlin. Did I not say that before? But my name is Caitlin, or Kate, or just not Katie, and definitely not Kathy. I think that's pretty horrible. And if you hear any coughing behind me, that happens to be my husband. Okay, so I wanted to do this video specifically about, because there's always a specifically about, and that was my South Florida coming out. Oh. 10 things not to say to a new mom that I already experienced. And guess what? That is one of my blogs. But it was actually a really good thing that I wrote, because there's a lot of things that people say, and I don't think they realize that they're saying it and that it doesn't make mom feel good. Number one is weight questions. Any sort of weight questions. When I was younger, I used to be like a stick. And then, and I always wanted like, some anything, and curves and stuff. But then I got pregnant, and well, I gained weight too actually for a little while, lost the weight, and then got pregnant, and I actually was pretty skinny throughout my pregnancy. But afterwards, just because of stress and like having a child around, meaning that I can't really just go and make this really well balanced meal until I kind of figured it out again. But also, it's just sometimes your body, like the hormones and things like that, and your body changes after you have a child. And I mean, anybody pointing out your weight, it just makes you feel like, well, thanks. I already know, but thanks for noticing. So just don't say anything about that. I think it's probably best not to say anything. I can understand that somebody is like, oh my God, you look so great. You're doing really a great job. And you look really pretty. Motherhood works with you. Stuff like that is great because it's nothing to do with your weight and you're actually giving a ton of compliments. But another thing is, are you breastfeeding? Why is that important for you to know? The child's eating, right? They're eating food. They're going to the doctor probably, and they're probably fine. So there's really no reason to know if that person happens to be specifically breastfeeding or formula feeding, because really all that's going to come out of that is some sort of judgment. If they're formula feeding, then what? What difference does it make? They're healthy, they're fine, and you don't know the circumstances as to why someone is or isn't breastfeeding, and that's not necessarily the right way either. I mean, there's no right way. Formula is fine. Breastfeeding is fine. I didn't say one's great, I didn't say one's fine. They're the same. And they need to be looked at the same because it's what's best for that mom. Okay, another one. You can't drink if you're breastfeeding. Okay, first and foremost, I mean, you shouldn't know that part anyways, but no, you can't, because you can pump and dump, I think that's what it's called, and then you can drink, and if you drink a tiny amount, it shouldn't affect the child. So, I mean, there's like, for example, coffee when you're pregnant, it's up to 8 ounces. So somebody sees you drinking coffee, they're like, oh, you're not supposed to drink coffee. And it's like, no, I think I know exactly what I'm allowed to do and not allowed to do, because I go to the doctor like every week practically. So, and they're checking on everything. So yeah, just don't ask the question and don't start going down that road, because it's just inappropriate. You're judging people on things. Even if you don't think you are. You're going down the road of judgment. And then another one is, when are you going back to work? Really? Like, oh, so my finances and all that stuff is something that you need to have an opinion about? Or how long I stay home with my child is an opinion of yours? Okay. Inappropriate. A little bit. Just a little bit. Because nobody asked that question beforehand. Like, until you have a kid and they're like, when are you going back to work? Well, I didn't, leave work to begin with. I was gone for like a day. So, pretty much right away. So then what? Does that make me a bad mom? Or does it make me a good mom? See? You goes down the wrong road. The next one is, are you ready for another? Well, I just had this one, so give me a break. I'm already not sleeping. Kind of thinking that having this one wasn't a good idea. And you're asking me if I want to have another one. Yeah, just don't go down that road. Give it like a year if you want to ask that question. At least a year. 2 is a good time too. Or if you hear that person going, just like one kid, be okay with that. Because they don't want to hear about anything else. They just had a child. So leave that as is. Okay, sleep when baby sleeps. That's almost impossible. Because baby's sleeping and it's very small amounts, and yeah, you could technically leave everything, like the dishes and all that stuff, but it's almost impossible, especially if you have other kids. Really, you're gonna just only sleep when baby sleeps? It's not plausible. Really, it's more so try and get as much sleep as you can and ask for help. That's a way better way of going about things if you want to talk to somebody as a mom, or if you are the friend or the family member or whatever. Don't tell them to sleep when baby sleeps. Offer your help, because that's what they need. The next one is posting any like videos or commenting about that baby. Probably not a good idea about it unless you have mom and dad's permission, because there's some things that like they want to make that first announcement, like, oh, baby's here. But if you go and post something like baby's here, they didn't get that moment. So give them that moment, give them a second, talk to them, make sure that that's something that they're okay with. And I'm kind of talking about like right when baby is there, and then when baby's out. Some people are weird about social media, so you do want to make sure that posting anything about anybody else's child is, to talk about it first. Don't just post something about somebody else. And really, you know what? I would say next thing is, I guess it goes back to the weight question, but like, what size are you right now? Are you still wearing your old clothes, or are you back in your new clothes and stuff? So, and that one's just, I'm separating it from the weight question, because it kind of is different, because you're now asking like where you are and physically how that person fits and stuff, and it makes you feel bad completely down the line and everything. And I guess the last thing not to ask, or really something that you just want to consider. I'm sorry, I was going a little bit too close there. I'm a goofball, so I'm always going to do goofy things on here. Okay, so, and the very last thing is not to ask about anything on like how they plan on raising this child. What do you plan on doing in the future? Anything like that. They're trying to figure things out. Mom and dad, or mom and mom, or dad and dad, are trying to figure things out. So it's probably best not to try and get exactly what their game plan is right away. Like, just give them a moment. And then that's it. Sometimes people, as soon as baby comes out, they're like, okay, what's all this stuff? And what's next? And you have another child and stuff. And it's like, calm down. I haven't had any sleep. So it's probably not a good idea to come at me like this. But also be very respectful of moms right after just having a baby, because if you think about it, mom doesn't feel too great. Mom doesn't feel great physically. Mom doesn't feel great emotionally. So just offer the support as much as humanly possible, because that's what she needs. Hope you enjoyed this video, and come back for more, since this is Caitlin from GBR Life.